Alright everybody, so for our last couple lessons we're in chapter 11 learning about volume. So first one we're going to talk about volumes of prisms and cylinders. First let's talk about classifying solids here. So a solid is basically just a three-dimensional shape. So all of these things here, these would all be solids. And you can have a particular type of solid called a polyhedron. So a polyhedron is just a solid that has polygons on each face. Remember, polygons are just closed figures made of line segments. So any solid that is made up of polygons would be a polyhedron, and plural would be polyhedra or polyhedrons. So these would be polyhedra because they're all made of straight lines. These are not. Cylinders, cones, spheres are not because those are curves, which are not polygons. And it's got different parts, so each of the polygons that make that up would be a face, and then an edge is where two of the faces meet, and then a vertex is where three of the edges meet. So looking at this prism here, how many faces does this have? So if we look, each one of these rectangles is a face. So you'd have 1, 2 for the front and back, 3, 4 for the sides, and then top and bottom. So this one you'd have 6 faces. And then edges, you'd have anywhere where the face meets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, and a vertex is basically each of the corners. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this particular prism has 8 vertices. So real quick, let's talk about how we name these. So basically we have prisms and pyramids. So prisms have a set of bases that are congruent polygons. So like if in this prism, this would be one of the bases, is this trapezoid, and then this other trapezoid in the back would be the other base. So it has 2 congruent parallel polygons, and then the rest of the faces are all rectangles. In a pyramid, you have one base shape, and then the rest of the faces are triangles. They come to a point. So to name a prism or a pyramid, you use the shape of the base. So this one shows us here that both of the bases here are pentagons. So we've got our congruent pentagons here. So this would be a pentagonal prism. And then same kind of thing goes for pyramids. So this base is a triangle here, and then the rest of the faces are also triangles, but base is a triangle, so we'd call this a triangular pyramid. So if I were to look at these other ones, base looks to be a square, so like this would be a square pyramid. And if I were looking at this prism, like I mentioned, the base is a trapezoid, so this would be a trapezoidal prism. So you just name it by whatever the shape of the bases are. So let's practice and name some of these and see if they are polyhedrons or not. Alright, so I'm going to go through it. You can always pause and give it a shot yourself first if you wanted to. Here we go. So number 1, I look at this, it's definitely a prism because it's got rectangular faces. And then this pair of bases here that match are rectangles, so this would be a rectangular prism, which is a polyhedron. Forgot about that part, whoops. So yes, all of those are polygons, so that would be a polyhedron, and it is a rectangular prism. Okay, number 2, yep, those are all straight lines, all polygons, so this one also is a polyhedron. And I know it's a pyramid, and then to give it the rest of the name, I just need to look at the shape of the base. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So this would be a hexagon. So this would be a hexagonal pyramid. Number 3, is this a polyhedron? Well, is a circle a polygon? No, it is not. So this is not a polyhedron, and we don't have to name it then. Number 4, looking at the base of the pyramid, this is a square, and looking at the faces, edges, vertices, this is a polyhedron, and this would be a square pyramid. Alright, number 5, this is a curved edge, so nope, this is not a polyhedron. And then number 6, these are all straight lines made of polygons, so this is yes. And then we need to name this prism, and remember, the bottom, this is not the base, necessarily, right? It's the matching polygons. So this would be the base. So this is a triangular prism. And in the next video, we'll talk about volume.